This program is intended for a mature audience. If you are not 18 or older, stop listening and find more age-appropriate content. This show will cover topics in a satirical manner. If you are offended by any content herein, that is your own problem. As you have been warned, please do not try this at home, or anywhere else for that matter.
And now, for the most famous words in motorsports.
Oh, hell no!
And there I am. Welcome to Blown Pistons. I'm your host, Gremlin Dave. Sitting across from me, GTP Jonny.
Hi.
And sitting to my left, Hammer.
Hey.
How are you guys?
It's going good, Dave. How's it going?
Warm.
Yeah,
surprisingly, yes. Which has got to be great for your business.
No, it's not actually. The car washes are busier than I am, but you know what? I can't compete with the $10 wash when mine starts at about $30. Of course, I take an hour. They take a couple of minutes.
Well, here's the differences, though. I mean, right now, a lot of people are just trying to get the salt off it. As soon as it starts kicking in where there's the salt gets washed off the roads and stuff, that's probably when you're going to start hitting,
That's when Johnny has no life. Yep.
Johnny's life revolves around the cars and the kids.
Yep, that's where it's going to be. I mean, I'm anticipating. Oh,
Good
nice
push.
Hey, the blood didn't blow it, so...
The blood didn't blow out, huh?
He meant to say the board didn't blow out.
I knew where he was going. I just wanted to give him shit.
Kind of talking a little fast, yeah.
Yeah, just relax.
But
chill.
But yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited about what this spring could hold for me and my shop and my business, and I'm just gonna put the pedal down, and if I have to work from sun up to sundown, so be it. I mean, I'm gonna be there to put in the work. This is what I'm passionate about. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So.
And where do they find your place?
227 East Main Street in downtown Whitewater. We are a stone throw away from downtown, so you can always drop your car off and go browsing around downtown if you want.
I'm going to prove that. I'm going to go to your place and throw a stone, see if I can hit downtown.
I'm sure you could.
I know I could. I can. Well, I'm not allowed in there. I'm not allowed at that location after.
Well, I want you to come back over because
we forgot to do something. My apologies for interrupting.
Why don't you,
we need to give somebody a special birthday.
Well, no, not yet. We got to get promos out. Remember, we're supposed to start the episode. This episode is brought to you in part by Resurrection Vapor at www.resurrectionvapor.com. Keeping it down and trashy and a little classy. That's why they like us. They got some great flavors out there, a whole bunch of lines. Check them out at www.resurrectionvapor.com. And the other one is Vape Walkie in Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Double.
What was that?
Double. Triple dub. I meant to say triple dub, but it came out as dubba. Biddy. Vape Walkie, folks. Vapewalkie.com. High-end mods, low-end mods, everything in the middle, and thousands of juices are on that wall. Wisconsin's own Pewaukee, Wisconsin. And it's called Vape Walkie. Check them out. Charlie, the Frumpy Lawn Gnome, Ed, and all those other guys who I'm forgetting the name of right now because I'm drawing a huge brain fart because we got to take care of a whole bunch of other things right now. But, yeah, they like us too.
Do they?
Yeah, they try. I gotta listen to this for a quick second here.
All right, plus what the hell?
So Hammer's working out a business deal over there.
Apparently.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to what this spring's going to hold. Unfortunately, we're not as busy right now. It's still,
I said, you got to wait till the car show season starts getting in full swing. Then you're going to be busier than hell,
yeah,
man.
I can't wait. I was surprised to do a coding though. We had a 5-year coding job come in, and I was all like, "Wait, you got my number from my chemical supplier's website?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay," which I know it's on there, but I'm like, "Okay, cool. So you done some research?" He goes, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I have the 7, the 5, and the 2." And he's all like, he goes, the 7 years, a little too much money for me right now. It's not, we don't know if we're going to have the car that long. I'm like, all right. He goes, well, let's do the 5. I'm like, yes.
What kind of car was it?
It was a Buick Encore.
Oh.
The little egg-shaped Buick thingy.
I was thinking you meant something really cool, like
You know, the last one I did
you
was
had me until you said Buick.
the last one I did was a BMW like M5 or something like that, and that was cool. That was cool. That guy ran his car through the brush car washes a couple of times and just destroyed his paint. So got to restore it and bring it back.
So joining us now is Danny from Slide Society.
Not only that, but dude, give him a minute to set up.
No.
Oh, well, there's one.
Yeah, where's the rest?
Okay, it's working. Is it on?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one you got to really put to your mouth.
That's right. Like this
Swallow
close.
the mic.
Yeah. Pretty much. Don't forget to cut the balls.
Yeah. Caress.
Oh, there you go. He's a caressing guy. So, Danny.
John is his real name.
So, how you been, man?
Good. I just got back from a nice fishing trip up north. Came straight here, basically, so I haven't had a chance to do
Is
anything.
that what that smell is?
I seen the pictures. You caught some fish.
Yeah, we caught quite a few fish. It was a good time. We had a few people that came out with us that have never ice fished before, so they are now officially hooked, and I'm still trying to get you to come out as well.
Any points to Dave, by the way?
Did you? You didn't lose your auger this time?
I did not.
He was telling me he lost his auger last time going fishing. First time getting to use it, he put it on, and it just went right to the bottom.
Yep, fell out of the drill.
Fantastic.
Yep, that's my luck. Though I did win 2 raffles this weekend. I won a walleye fishing trip.
Well, there you go.
So that was
So where's that at?
same lake, Fox Lake.
Cool. That is very cool.
Well, we got to give a quick shout out to one of our favorite vape guys out there, Scott Zegans. It's his birthday today.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, Scott.
He's a fucking old bastard right now.
Why, how old is he?
I don't know.
Old enough, but young
I'm being
enough
a
not to
gentleman
care.
right now by not disclosing that age. But
I thought
yeah.
with
Old
men
enough, but young enough not to care.
yes, he's old enough to know better, not old enough to care.
I thought with men it didn't matter. It was women that had an issue with that.
Who
do.
cares?
It's considered ungentlemanly to ask a woman her age.
Well, I'm not. Well,
So
Scott Zegans is not a woman, so that's the
Is
kicker.
he?
So
Isn't
we
he? Isn't that
What
Miss
the
Lisa?
fuck was that?
Isn't he? Isn't that Miss Lisa?
Jeez, that was me yesterday, man. I went to ask the question. Ah!
Yeah. So where's the rest of Slide Society? We got Danny, the main rep here, rocking that Eskimo fucking hella awesome hoodie.
Thank you.
I like the hockey style. I've always liked the hockey style.
Yeah, it's nice. Got it
Talking to the mic.
That's right. They are on their way. Mark had some emergency stop he had to do, so he said he'll.
What
be
was his
here.
name?
So he should be here in like
Bubbles.
10 minutes. And
Yeah.
then Trent, you guys haven't met him yet. He's on his way as well.
No, he's the one that's he's usually not here because he's doing drills.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh, I thought you were going to say drugs. Sorry. He's doing drills.
Yeah, drills. That's it, drills.
And Scott will not be coming today.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow.
He was looking forward to him.
What the... Dude.
I can't wait
Sorry.
to see Hummer again. But yeah, actually, speaking of drifting, I got my new racing go-kart running, and I
Yeah.
took it out. And my parking lot was still kind of snowy at the time,
Mm-hmm.
so slicks on snow, amazing drifting experience because they had the restrictors on it, so it wasn't like super fast.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I could hold a fucking angle and slide just down the entire side of my building. I'd
That's
spin it
awesome.
the other way and drift the other way, and just dude, it was a hoot.
Just
And then-
a little gas-powered one?
Yep, it's about a 6.5-ish.
Okay.
200 something cc's, but it had restrictor plates on it because a little 5-year-old girl was racing it.
Mm-hmm.
But I took out, I readjusted the pedals and adjusted the throttle and the brake linkage and all that, so I could fit in it.
And you
And
kept the restrictor plate.
well, I knew that they were on there, but I didn't know at the same time, like, because there was one on the carb side and one on the exhaust side. Well, I didn't know there was one on the exhaust side till I took the header off, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'd take that off. Button it back up, and now, holy shit, she's got some, she moves.
I have a 550 motorcycle motor, and I want to make a go-kart with it because it's just sitting around.
Yeah, I was looking up, like, you can get chassis for cheap.
Mm-hmm.
It really depends on what kind you want to go for. I mean, if you want to go for the racing style, the racing style is like 500 and up. Just for that, like maybe a couple $100 less just for a bare chassis, but anything above that is just
I
ridiculous.
love a bare chassis.
I just think it would be cool to have a shifter cart.
Oh yeah, they make them too. Yeah, that's a that's a whole nother ballgame right there.
Well, we got one place that we go for our job that the Jerry took me to where they've got like just an oven in a warehouse type deal, kind of off the back, and they've got a ton of go-kart chassis in there.
I'm trying to think which place that was. Was it up north or?
No, it was south.
Okay.
They're kind of a small place.
Okay.
I know. I don't think legally we can even say what they make.
Yes. Most of the time we can't.
But no, it was cool because they had like probably about 4 or 5 different chassis, and only 2 of them had a motor on it, and the rest were just bare bone.
Yeah.
You might be able to talk to them and maybe pick one up.
Maybe.
I'll have to talk to Jerry and find out what the name of the account was on that one.
I'm actually talking to my friend Jake from the Rigs to Races podcast, and we're actually talking about getting a little racing team going between him and I. And if you can get a go-kart, man, let's do it. Let's make that team a little bit bigger.
Right my 9-year-old screwed me this weekend on money, so
right.
yeah.
Well, I mean, the biggest part about these go-karts is like the upfront cost is a little bit more, like it's $650 to $1,000 just for a running cart usually. But once you get past that, parts for it are cheap as fuck, man. You can get a 6.5 212cc motor for $100 at Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight.
Is that their Australian division?
I was going to say, it's either the Australian branch or it's Five Nights at Freddy's branch.
If you survive, you get the engine.
It's Five Nights at Freddy on the docks.
It was actually that was my London accent there.
So who is Freddy then? Some big ass?
Right. Freddy's this big fucking bloke. He's one of those hooligans with the soccer and the football and shit like that. He plays rugby on his free time. He's a fucking alcoholic git. He gets pissed every fucking week,
so I'm
man.
assuming he's Irish or Scottish now.
Oh, who cares? Now he's Boston.
Wow, he changes a lot, I guess.
He fucking moves, mate.
Tacos.
He loves tacos, too. Hammer just went full spectrum retard, fucking schizophrenic.
Dude, the only thing you're missing is Bobcat.
I don't know, man. I'll tell you what, I don't know, man.
Dude, you can mess with so many people.
Yeah, I'm huge too when I mess with people like that.
If you just carry a conversation like that, just changing boom, 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 like into different accents.
Okay. Real talk, I was trying to save this for an SFTB story. There was a time when I was a gate guard at a military installation in Missouri, and I would do that. Every other car was a different fucking voice. Or accent. I would try and work it.
Like I used
that
to
did happen. So
I used to do that when I was telemarketing. Like a friend of mine that I'd sit next to, he did a really good Napoleon Dynamite, and he'd just be like, "Hey, thanks for calling this cable company." He goes, "Do you want some tots?" He just he nailed that accent, man. Like it was awesome. But I tried it, but then I found myself getting into okay, I'm getting off the phone with this customer. Boop.
Well, speaking of like ice, snow drifting and stuff like you were talking about, I know Danny's actually getting us a guest within a couple of weeks, or about 4 weeks now. Gentleman that does ice racing and runs vintage.
I heard
vintage
that was
Datsun.
a thing.
Well, yes, he runs up at Road America, old Datsun 1200, I think it is. But he works for Hagerty Insurance, so he's around classic cars all the time.
Oh, sweet. Well, Hagerty does a lot of that stuff too, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they're practically a classic car insurance company.
And free plugs.
The ice racing was actually going on today.
Oh, really?
In Houston'sford, yes.
Huh.
So he's there right now.
But yeah, we're looking forward to getting him on here and stuff, and that should be a good time.
Yeah, he's pretty excited.
Cool. Now, does he run? He just runs Road America, or does he run all over the place?
Runs your mom. Sorry, helps when I don't have my mic fucking muted.
Good try there.
He runs your mom.
Oh!
You feel better now?
Okay. Give me another vodka Sprite, and I might. I got him right next to me, dude.
Yes, I think he just runs Road America.
Oh, drink up, fuckers. We got an
Yeah, grab a beer.
Sorry,
man.
Danny. I'll get him one.
I drank all your beer last time. I was going to bring you a 24 pack.
But
like I said, I was in a hurry to get here.
Dude, don't worry about it, man. You'll get us. Never.
Yeah,
We get-
actually,
Oh, that's 2. We got to know. Damn, we're gonna be drunk.
Yep.
I'm just drinking Mountain Dew anyways today.
But there's a class that my friend races in. That's me drafting right there. But there's a class my friend races in. It's called the Briggs & Stratton 206. So it's based on the 206 motor that's sealed and untouched and all that. Well, he's actually talking about
Jesus,
going to race.
trying to get him drunk.
Yes.
He's actually trying to go race up at.
No, I'm trying to reestablish his liver.
We're actually going to.
No, I mean Johnny.
this weekend.
We're going to try and get up to Road America and race.
Your mom.
Our go-karts there. Same with Badger Raceway, and there's Blackhawk Farms down, and I think that's on the border there.
That's a nice track.
Yeah.
It's a big track.
So,
Excuse me.
I'm looking forward to getting out there with him. Maybe like working on getting in a team established.
Yeah, Blackhawks. I've been down there once. I was helping a dude run a late model division car, which was a '96 Chevy Monte Carlo. That was all race car.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good time.
Hey, guess what I'm doing though?
Your mom.
I have a friend of mine who who can print on vinyl, and so he made me some Grand Prix headlights and like scaled down in size.
Sweet. So you're gonna have a little Grand Prix.
I'm gonna have a little Grand Prix, but the paint scheme is going to be after one of my favorite drivers that used to race SM Prairie, Angel Park Speedway up there. I remember for the longest time cheering for the guy. Well, one time he came out of
So
turn.
what's his name?
Kevin Doty. Yeah, I'm just getting there. He came around the fourth corner and coming onto the front stretch, ended up flipping his car head first into the guardrail, and he didn't make it home.
Oh,
So.
man, that sucks.
Yeah, but the colors of his car was red, like a little black stripe, and then white, and then his number was 50. So I might carry on that number and just like a memorial.
Oh, although speaking of racing, sorry to kind of try to uplift your downlifting moment.
Wow. Dick.
Danica Patrick is now officially dating Aaron Rodgers.
And honestly,
Maybe
here
he'll knock
comes.
some.
Well,
You
I'm
know-
guessing he's going to be doing most of the driving for like dates and stuff because they want to eventually get there.
Well, you know what? He tries to give her some knowledge, but she keeps spitting it out.
And
Wow.
yeah, here comes my little call out on myself. As much shit as we've talked about Danica Patrick, I'm not going to be doing it anymore. Reason is I heard her on Joe Rogan's podcast, and she seems like outside of the organic shit and the the healthy living shit, she sounds like she could probably fucking hang with our dumbasses hard.
Well, I want to get her on here.
Well, we got to go to California, dude. She's got a fucking vineyard and everything out there now.
Yeah, but
That's
she's
where
living here.
No, she's not.
Then how is she dating Aaron Rodgers?
Planes are a thing.
Are they?
Money is a thing too.
Well, no, I knew she was, I thought she was back here. I thought she was based in Chicago now. Because she's got her clothing, like a clothing line or something like that.
Yeah, she's got a warrior wear it's like women's athleisure. And
Which
she
fits them nicely.
Yeah, and she also has her own wine. Now I'm doing the She also has her own. There we go. She also has her own wine out there too. So she's got to maintain that shit out in California.
And you got to think about that too. Is like anybody in a quote unquote celebrity status or racing drivers, wrestling stars,
Yeah, Stone
sport
Cold's got
players.
his own fucking beer line and all this
sport
other
players.
shit.
They or even like that monkey shop that we don't talk about. They got list like.
Well, we can
they're
talk
running,
about it. Remember, I lifted some of the rules this year.
Well, they got into things like liquor and stuff that's continual income. No matter what happens to the show, they still have an income coming in.
Well, she still has two. She wanted to make a thing about doing Daytona and Indianapolis and that this year. There's still two places that are actually interested in having her drive for them.
Right.
Apparently, they're not interested in having her win for them, but just. I'm never gonna stop though. I mean, if she'd have won a race or showed more potential that way, I'd have been fine. But she
could probably school your ass around the go-kart track though.
I'd let her school me. She can school me however she wanted to.
Okay, Dave.
I mean, she's hot.
She's attractive. I tap it.
You wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers, huh?
Right.
Speaking of chicks, too, also, next weekend we got Kaylin Miguez calling in.
All right,
And
so
we all know how that went.
So
first time.
I'm planning on like last minute cancellation, just to let you know.
I'm good.
Is
now.
that on purpose?
Yeah.
Just so I have to fucking save the show again?
Hey,
Fucking asshat.
okay, I fucked up the first interview. The second interview went really good with you guys just staring at me the whole time, waiting for me to break down.
Well, yeah,
Did
it was
I?
entertaining for us.
Did I?
No, you did good.
I carried the second show pretty well.
You did good. You did good, Dave.
Now the first show, if my crew would have showed up,
Hey, surprise birthday parties are a thing.
yeah, but was it your surprise birthday party?
No,
So you knew about it.
no, I didn't.
All right, we're kind of getting off track. So, Danny, so do you know anything about what's going on with Slide Society? Whether or not what's going on with them, how they're doing?
I
Where they're
don't
at?
have any idea.
But I
Mark
mean,
calls everything. He's still trying to figure out the scheduling for this year too.
okay.
It's basically whenever the track has an open weekend, we are there.
Now I know the one big event like we're planning for Automotion.
hmm
Now that's pretty much scheduled, isn't it?
Yes, you can count on a drift event that weekend.
Okay.
We've been doing that for the past 3 years, and it's obviously one of our biggest turnouts because everybody's in the Dells for
Mhm.
cars and everything.
How
And
close to the shenanigans is that?
Probably about 10 minutes
God
away.
damn it.
Because I don't want to be anywhere near that shit.
No, you can avoid the Dells completely by going to the track.
Okay.
he has a campground
Right.
on the track, so that's where we stay.
Yeah.
Stay off the strip and everything. It's
Well,
just
I
a
was
pain in
telling
the
Dave,
butt.
it's like depending on my availability around that time, because that's my
Your
busy
what?
season. My availability. Hey, I can pull out some big words like contractually obligated. But
Okay.
I've had telemarketers call me like during my slow season. It's like, look, man, like I can't contractually be obligated to pay this when it's my slow season. Like, and Haraselli was looking at me like, you know, big words.
Once in a while.
Once in a while.
Somebody's been paying attention to the SFTB shows.
So, yeah.
Well, I know, like, the Automotion one, that's, like I said, we're going to be planning on going. We're looking forward to it. We want to do a few shows and that and kind of...
I hope it goes better than Mount Olympus.
Mount
Dave!
You know, okay,
Dave!
Mount Olympus didn't go that bad.
It didn't go that great either.
Dave!
We had some gold moments.
We had some huge gold moments. We had the start of a new show. We had
The end of a new show?
the end of a new show. We had the figuring out what happens when all of us suffer from heat stroke.
I was cool.
Yeah. Most of us just drank a lot.
We know what Tiffany's like when she drinks.
That's
Drinks in her own
we
cars.
know what happens when Hammer accidentally farts in somebody's face when he's not thinking anyone's there when he tries to do a one-cheek sneak.
So
That was that was
brings-
his girlfriend.
that brings me
At
up
the time.
into another thing. That's another reason why I'm kind of stepping back from the car show season. It's like you get to the show, like, okay, you can obviously.
Okay, I'm bad with How has anyone noticed Johnny's bad with like?
Oh well, shit happens.
Yeah, but see, you brought your car there. Every time a speck of dust hit, you had to re-go.
Right,
Or
right,
somebody
car.
fucking made eye contact with the headlights.
But what I'm saying is that like it. Like, when you go to a car show, it's like you can obviously see like, oh shit, that guy has a better car than me. But now that I'm going to be so I've been trying to step back away from the car show scene and get into the racing scene, is because I've never had such.
East Milwaukee.
I've never had such an adrenaline rush just from like even sim racing. So
Well, good thing he didn't say the complete address online or on air.
Well, I
Yeah.
I was trying to talk
sent
over
them
him.
the wrong address. I sent them McKinley. I don't know why.
Go, go,
that
go,
one
go,
was-
go.
That's
Here, have it.
that's the road I live on.
Was
Yeah.
that your address you sent?
Yeah, I was
Which
trying.
one did I type in?
Well, let's not add numbers here.
Oh, goodness.
Anyway, what I was saying is like when when you're at a car show, you can see everybody's car. Like, oh shit, I'm obviously not going to win here. Whether at a racetrack, when you're racing, you have better chances
Indeed.
of winning. Not
Well,
only
you might have. I mean, you might have got the division for the car companies that no longer exist.
Yeah, I know, right?
So
Pontiac hit.
who's joining us?
I was letting him get set up.
No, you didn't let Danny get set the fuck up.
That's
I'm not letting
different.
him get set the fuck up.
Come on,
know,
Dave,
Danny.
get up.
Dude, Squid Pro Row.
And yeah, welcome. This is a shit show.
I think this is Travis.
Trent.
Nope, this
Trent.
is Trent.
Close enough.
God, focus on who's coming in.
Johnny, when you establish putting a mic there, make sure the fucking button is on the microphone.
You told me to put it.
Testing.
That should be good.
There we go. You just got to make sure you got it right up in your mouth.
There we go.
There it is.
There we go.
Perfect.
Danny will show you how to cup the balls on it.
If you want, you can bring that mic down a little bit so you don't have to be so on top of it.
Or not.
Or just tilt.
Danny can swallow that microphone in one bite.
You were in the Navy?
In the Navy.
You can sail the Seven Seamans?
So this is your first time being here.
It is indeed.
Looking forward to it. We've heard a lot about you.
Really? We
Hopefully
have?
good things. Maybe.
I was trying to make him feel better.
Oh. All I keep hearing is, God, cocksuckers at drill.
Yeah, it's usually drill. The last time I had my car brake on me is last time around I was doing so. I have a thing for unloved cars. So I have a 5-cylinder Chevy Colorado.
Oh, nice.
I like it.
Decent.
Believe it or not.
Decent.
And then
No, I like it too. Shit.
I like my Saturns quite a bit too.
Hey,
For whatever
plastic,
reason.
man. They're plastic. They can't ding.
They're plastic and parts
They're
are
just
so
shattered.
cheap for them that they're practically free. So the last time you had the podcast, I was working on swapping the engine over from one to the other,
So
and I had
rear-wheel-
forgotten some things.
LS swap, rear-wheel drive, drift it.
I wish. No, for my fun cars, I have a FCRX7, and I have a A86 with the 1UZ in it. And I also recently, this past year, since I had the A86 gone away for a while. I got the chassis for $400, but it needed a new front end put on it, so got a new front end put on it, and it took a year and a half to do that. I got sick of waiting for it, so I just bought another car to go and drift with in the meantime. I ended up stumbling across a 300ZX for $800, so bought that.
Twin
Quite a
turbo or no?
No, it's an NA, and the guy that had it before me just beat the hell out of it. He said it was in running condition. We use the term running very loosely for it because it hardly got over to my house. One of the rear brakes was seized up. He said that he had replaced some vacuum hoses. What he meant by that is he had duct taped over some of them that were split down the middle all the way.
Awesome.
So it had about 1 million vacuum leaks, could hardly idle or drive at high RPM, so it was a shit box, and it still is.
It's always nerve-wracking to drive that first car back home, you know?
You never know what you're going to find. I had a Corvette back in the day that ended up breaking a half shaft on me on my drive home. And that was fun. And then I found out that the other half shaft that was still actually intact on there wasn't even a Corvette half shaft. It was a small steel one from a boat from a V-drive system.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was a bit rigged.
Did you
And
buy
then
it
I
from
had
Cuba?
a 66 Oldsmobile that had a heater core explode on me on my drive home
Gee.
when I first bought it. So
Might as well be vaping.
pretty much.
I had the heater core explode on me in my Mustang I had.
Well, it's because
That
it was a
sucked.
Mustang.
That's expected.
How many
You had.
casualties?
Well, I was going to say you had to make it explode like that before it ran into the crowd.
I was
I
just
never
getting
really pulled to the right too much.
You got to have that smoke screen for escaping the crowd.
Yeah. That
the
worked
angry
too.
mob tries to get you.
That worked too, because if I downshifted and really got into it, the number
car would
8
turn
cylinder, I think, it had a lot of blow by and stuff, so it smoked when you
Your
really
mom
got
did
on
too.
Yep.
it. So yeah, I had the escape smoke.
Yeah, I've had too many projects. Hopefully this year I can get my RX-7 all finished up, because when I bought that, it was in running condition. It ran pretty nicely. And then all in 1 week, the turbo blew up, and then the rest of the motor blew up with the coolant seals.
That sounds
Damn.
a lot like my Pontiac problems. Like one thing breaks, and then it's like all shit breaks. It's like, what the fuck?
What type of Pontiac?
I have Grand Prix.
I love how he enunciated that.
Pontiac.
Pontiac.
What type of Pontiac?
drive a Pontiac up in the Hamptons.
Is it white?
Yes.
While drinking a mimosa.
Or I had a 99, and it's just I got tired of throwing money at it. I sunk about, quite a lot of money, like $15,000 into it.
I believe it.
And I had a lower, nice rims, and like probably around 300 horse. So it was snappy and it was fun to drive. But being like 3 inches off the ground was not fun to drive.
Oh yeah, I believe
because every bump it was like you're slamming on the ground to the point where my gauges would pop out of the pillar gauge pod, and it's like fuck, like this is not fun. I mean, it looks fucking awesome. So it's like, what do I do now? It's like, okay, well, air ride's the next best solution, but and shitty air ride kit starts at about $2,000.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
No.
Yeah, that's actually the car that we have on our cover page for Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you'll see like our background has like our 3 cars on it. Yeah, that Grand Prix he's talking about is on that one.
Yep. That was before I changed the seats and stuff. But now I got 2005. It's just my daily driver family hauler, so
gotcha.
I'm kind of not trying to do too much to it, but I might be like putting a bigger exhaust on it and just trying to help it breathe, because it does make a little bit of sense, because my 99 was getting 25 to 30 to the gallon, and I'm getting 20 in this.
Okay.
In stock form, it's like, what the fuck? This doesn't make sense. Like, this should be doing better than a performance, one that was built.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna try to salvage some gas mileage out of it.
For sure.
But it's just gonna be a daily driver. I just bought a racing go-kart, so I'm gonna be doing that.
I've wanted to try to build one. Oh, look who's here.
Yeah, I didn't think he was coming.
Nice of you to show up there, guy.
Yeah, and just grab a mic and headphones. You should be all set. And joining us right now, we have Mark from Slide Society. As soon as he gets set up. So.
No, I'm just playing, Dave.
What?
So I was just letting you hang out there, Dave.
Yeah, thanks, Dick. Yeah, you're on. You're good.
Check.
Yeah,
you want talking to the side of it, Mark?
You got to talk more on the side. See, unlike these, you want to really caress the shaft.
Gotcha. Okay. I can't hear myself through these phones at all?
Neither can I. That's why I
It's
took my
okay, I
headphones
can't
off.
either.
We don't have anyone calling in today, so I don't have headphones on. But yeah, I picked up a racing go-kart, and I have a friend of mine who races or does a couple tracks down in Illinois.
Okay.
He also comes up to Wisconsin and does a couple tracks, so I'm going to be working with him to kind of set my car up similar, see if I even can do it, because my car was built for a dirt track oval.
Jesus Christ.
Drink up. Drink up.
Okay.
But the car was built for circle
Yeah, I'm
track,
just
so I'm
hearing a lot
going
of
to see if I can
background.
do sprints, which is like road courses and stuff with it. So, I got to see what I can do, what my options are, because I got this racing go-kart for $150.
Not bad.
Beat that.
You can't.
How many cc's is it?
200
You got to talk
some.
more into the mic. Can't hear
How
you,
many
man.
cc's is
It's
it?
about over 200 some. So it's capable of 45 to 60 miles an hour. But right now it's just a matter of waiting to see what I can do with it. If it's only a track car, or if I can do sprints with it and go to Road America and do, just a bunch of tracks.
You gonna take it to Sugar River?
I'm gonna try and get around
Yeah,
with
that
it.
track's pretty awesome.
Yeah, because I know they'll let you to bring your own cart
Dave,
there.
quit breathing into the fucking
But
mic.
I also have a vintage 1980s Mako Indy go-kart with an IndyCar body on it, and I put wider wheels and tires on that.
How'd you find that?
A friend of mine, he ran a bumper-to-bumper parts store,
Okay.
and they went under, and I gave this guy a large amount of money to fix my car to do a motor swap. Just same motor, one motor took a shit, put a new motor in. Well, he never did it, so I yanked my car out of his yard and did it myself. And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Whatever work you want, I'll make it up." I'm like, "Dude, don't worry about it. Give me the go-kart." Because I knew I was never going to get my money back out of him. So I'm like, "Give me that go-kart." Found out that a replacement body alone for that cart's about $700. So
Damn.
I'm just give me the go-kart, man. I'm good. So I ended up stretching the motor carriage back about 4 inches to put a solid axle on it, so now it's two-wheel drive instead of one.
Okay.
I have a 6.5 horsepower, 212cc from the Harbor Freight on it, so It's not a bad motor. I put wider rims and tires on it. I'm going to do a hydraulic brake setup. So I'm kind of, now that I got the racing cart, I'm taking cues from that and incorporating it to the Indy go-kart, because the Indy go-kart was like a promotional thing for bumper to bumper. So, but it was made for like tooling around the yard and stuff. So
I've thought about trying to build something fun. I've got enough snowmobile parts where I can probably make something using 600 engine and the transmission. I mean, it's one of the centrifugal clutches and everything, so it's pretty easy to go and rig up on a solid axle.
Yeah.
And I got a tubing bender and everything, so I've thought about doing that myself. But it's just a matter of having time, and God knows I've got enough other car projects to finish before I start doing another one.
Well, I think you should.
Yeah, I'm not allowed until I finish at least one of my drift cars.
Kind of sounds like Danny there.
I'd highly recommend.
Well, Danny has a Supra that there's a silent race going between us, and it's the most anticlimactic race of all time. It's my RX-7 versus his white Supra.
He also has a blue one for sale, too.
Yes, he
he
does.
does.
So any of you listeners out there, you want to buy it?
Does anyone want to buy a Supra?
Yeah, he does. Wow, that's whoa.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
All right.
Was that loud or what?
No, I'm trying to get Mark.
Oh, you can't hear me at all? Because I couldn't.
You got to eat that microphone.
You
Well,
can,
he's
you
just
can
gotta
move it
now.
toward your face a little bit.
He's just got to lick the shaft on that one.
Cradle
You
the
guys got-
balls, work the shaft.
Yeah, so you guys work the head. He's just got to work the shaft.
He's good at that.
But
Right.
yeah, so I'm really looking forward to like racing with some friends here. Like I'm trying to get other people
sure.
involved in it. But yeah, I was telling these guys that I actually took it or got it fired up. I put a new fuel pump and clear hoses on it so I can make sure the gas is flowing properly. And I took it out on my snowpack driveway in my shop and just started drifting, and it was awesome because I could just hold that drift along the side.
Is that a two-stroke?
4-stroke.
It's clean.
4-stroke.
4-stroke. Yep. It's clean. I'm good.
Well, I've been on Danny pretty much every time I talk to him, asking him when he's
Phrasing.
getting his, yeah, that did sound right. Asking him when he's getting his Celica done. Because he's like, I just not to put coolant in. It's like, put coolant in?
new hoses. And it's cold out.
Like I
I
said,
remember when I was
Danny,
a bitch.
it was 53 degrees yesterday.
I was ice fishing.
he was standing on ice fishing.
In 53-degree
As
weather.
it's melting
Yeah.
all around him.
Yeah, so you'll go out and ice fish on a lake that's super windy, and you won't bitch about that, but the instant you have to go and dump some fucking coolant in your car, it's the end of the goddamn world.
it's true, man, because the fingers get cold and the fine tuning and everything, man.
I can't fucking eat coolant, but I can eat fish, I says.
Heater with
you
the shanty.
You can still drink when you're working on your car. All
Or
right?
it's like, I spent $600 to find fish, and goddamn it, I'm going to find them.
Goddamn right, boy.
I have way too much
No, you
invested
won't.
into ice fishing.
You got way too much invested into your cars, too.
Hey, I'm
Welcome to
weeding
Bad
out the
Habits
stock
Network.
right now.
And that's one thing I like about these racing go-karts is parts can be super cheap. A fuel pump for my go-kart's $20.
Yeah.
So's your mom.
That stuff can get, like, really expensive, though, if you start getting competitive.
Well, right.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Just
a
like
new,
any form of racing.
a new
yes.
motor, the one I'm looking at, is around $800 to $1,000. So yeah, I mean, there's some pricey aspects of it, but like for the most part, fuel pump $20, clutch is about $17. Like, you know, a lot of the minor shit's almost dirt cheap. Tires are $30 to $60 a tire, so it's not too bad.
So there you
Not bad at
go.
all.
When they have an event, go out there and drift your go-kart.
Yeah, I would need. I need
We've
a
had a drift
snowmobile
track
motor.
out there at the Dells once,
Yeah.
so it wouldn't be the first oddball creation that we've seen. Well, God knows we've seen quite a few interesting things.
Such as?
We had somebody that dropped an SR20 into a Volvo wagon and had a Jimmy.
No, that was an RB25.
Or
into a
RB25.
Volvo wagon. There was an SR20 and a Mercedes.
Oh yeah, we
like,
had the Mercedes with the
E-Class.
SR20. The Volvo wagon had a RB25 in it, and was Jimmy rigged to the point of having the exhaust coming out of where the gas filler was. And had
Sounds dangerous.
And had a boat gas tank in there, like one from a fishing boat that was feeding the engine. So
Had the hand pump primer and everything.
fucking masterpiece.
Did they have a fish locator too? Was it
I don't
Danny's?
know.
Only if Danny was right with him.
Right. Danny would make sure of it.
That's important to bring out.
But then he ruined it.
Yep.
Broke the shock towers, I think.
It's
Didn't
not
get blown through.
surprising the thing was.
No, that thing went through hell.
Is that the one you said caught on
Multiple
fire
times.
at some point? Thought you
Yeah,
said-
we had that was wasn't that Chris's SVX? that lit on fire?
I don't remember Chris's SVX lighting on fire, but that Volvo definitely lit on fire.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a few things go in fuego on different events.
Yeah, we had a like
That was
350 carbureted swapped FC that had a power steering leak, and it splashed onto his manifolds. And there's a pretty sweet fire out of that one.
Hey man, that was fire, man.
We're
That was
Johnny.
fire.
We're Johnny on the spot with some fire extinguishers, so that was all right.
Until somebody talks about that was fire, and you're like, what? Yeah, that was good. That was
Yeah.
no, your car's on fire.
So, sometimes I do that.
So yeah, that's
So do you guys have a lot of safety crew when like something like that happens out there?
Every single one of our staff members are a safety crew.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
And then my truck is usually the recovery vehicle, so I got tow straps in there and everything else to yank people off the track.
And then we also have access to a wrecker, and we have EMTs on standby.
Yeah, so usually we advise people to try to just drive something off the track if they can, if it's not leaking fluids. But if it's leaking fluids, then we don't want them to have their car running or move another inch, because we have to go and put oil dry over every single last bit of that, and that can shut down the track for up to a half hour or more.
I got an idea for your next build. Drifting tow truck. There you go, man.
We did have the Chevy C10 with basically stock suspension.
If you guys could really have seen what just happened in studio, Mark, Danny, Dave, and Hammer just did a fucking huge eye roll. All at once.
But hey, I mean, it'd be something unique, something useful at the track.
How is a tow truck that drifts a fucking useful item?
Because it can
It
tow.
can't tow its own ass off the track.
Tow truck drivers gotta have some fun too. Don't tell me they can't.
He can fucking fishtail the fucking thing he's towing. That's how you fucking have fun with a tow truck. You fucking make it drift on the back of the hook.
It's possible. My buddy did it. My buddy drifts a semi. As long as the trailer's going straight, he don't care.
Cool.
Thank you.
So yeah, if somebody did get hurt or wreck something, it sounds like you guys pretty much have
We
that
thankfully
covered.
have never had anyone get hurt.
Mhm.
It's pretty
That's
rare
good.
for anyone to get hurt in drifting.
We've had some
be
pretty
honest.
good crashes, too.
But we have had some pretty crazy, phenomenal crashes.
And you guys require PPE, right? Personal protection.
Yeah, we have helmets are required. Long pants are advised, but not exactly required. Wait, never mind. Long pants are required. I'm shutting up. But
long pants, closed-toed shoes.
Yeah, closed-toed shoes.
Anything you will see at any normal track day.
What about like a neck brace or anything like that? You guys
We-
require that?
That is
Not
not
really.
required.
That's-
Pretty much as far as like safety equipment.
You don't
that
have
you're
to
going
have
be,
like a fire retardant suit or anything
no.
else like
the
that.
only safety equipment we require is a DOT approved helmet.
Yeah.
Question from a listener. Do you guys do the chase of inches?
The chase of inches.
Please explain.
I guess. Oh, it's drifting to see how close you can get to the wall without crashing.
Who doesn't?
Okay.
That's pretty standard issue.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Your first wall tap is like a badge of honor.
So everybody wears it proudly.
Indeed.
It just depends how deep you go into that wall tap.
Yeah, I've seen some people overdo it quite a bit and ruin their whole chassis.
Nice.
But if you can just
Graze it.
barely scrape it, graze it a little bit, that's the ideal scenario.
It's the money shot.
So what do you guys? Okay, for that, do you guys have anything that they have to wear inside the car as far as like, is it regular seatbelt, harness?
Personal protection equipment.
Yeah, you have.
Well,
standard
yeah, but
seat
we already
belts
went through
you
like
can
what they
use,
wear.
But as far as going sideways across the track, it's much more comfortable to actually have a 4-point harness at the very least.
It's suggested to have like a bucket seat, something that'll actually
Yeah.
keep you in position. I remember when we first started out in my '85 Corolla, the factory GTS seats, they still have like decent side bolsters on them, but I still had to just take my right hand and just
Brace yourself.
just grab the living shit out of my passenger seat, like right where your leg is. And I just hold that for fucking dear life, just to keep from moving anywhere. But probably the best upgrade you can get is something that's going to keep you planning, so you have more car control.
Yeah, get yourself a decent bucket seat and don't skimp on your mounts, because you'll find out the money that you could have spent on good mounts will send you. Well, you won't regret buying good mounts. Bad ones will snap. Bad steering wheels will also just snap off like a fucking twig upon an impact.
So no NRG. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Anything involving safety equipment, you should not have eBay.
Yeah. Yeah, don't get eBay mounts for your seats. eBay seats are not advisable either because bolts can just pull out of those. Just try to get legit stuff. You don't need to go and spend $1 million. Corbo stuff is relatively cheap for seats, and then their 4-point harnesses are under $100 too. So
That's what I ran in my Mustang.
yeah,
I loved
I
it.
had those in my Vet as well, so they were a pretty nice addition to that because that kept me nice and.
They're
planted
comfortable
in there.
too. I mean, as far as racing
very.
seats go, they are very comfortable.
And I had the inflatable lumbar with it too, which made it
Oh,
even
you
more
lucked
comfortable.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have that on mine. I just had the basic seat and padding.
I had a company called Cypher in my Grand Prix.
You know, like I
they
never
were
really
bad.
saw the point of those because they're kind of an off-brandish,
Right.
but they only cost $10 less than Corbo.
Right. They were on Amazon, so I was like, fuck it. But they were stiff as fuck, man. Like, I might be getting them back, so.
Yeah, like I said, the seats I had in my Mustang, man, I absolutely loved them. They hugged you, they held you in, everything. I mean,
They
it
told
was
you
great.
it was okay. They gave you a little kiss on the cheek.
They did.
You know?
They were comfort.
Yeah.
Plus, you can slam that thing into corners, and it was nice because you didn't move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Side bolstery seats are not a requirement, but they certainly are nice. Highly recommended, yeah.
Right.
I mean, just as a passenger in a whole bunch of vehicles, because my first year I didn't have anything running. I bought a couple cars, was trying to get them fixed up, but they just never quite ran right, or were missing engines.
They never do.
And
do
I
they?
was just riding in people's cars, and some people just have basically flat seats without bolsters for the passenger seat, which is fine. I mean, fuck the passenger.
Mm-hmm.
But
Took
I
the
was
words out of my mouth.
Yeah,
you're
I
holding
was
on to that
basically
door.
holding
like,
with my elbow out the window, which is also not recommended.
Not a thing. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Shit handles are a very good upgrade if you don't have any.
Yeah, oh shit handles are a very nice thing.
I would recommend the Jeep store because I seen some like freaking billet aluminum handles on Jeeps.
Let's not get too crazy about spending money for the passenger.
So if you throw the passenger out the window, is that like bonus points or what?
We don't talk about that.
Yes.
No ejectocito, cuz.
So proud of you.
It's actually it was my first year of coming up to Slide Society events, and I think my like 4th or 5th ride along, the guy actually did put his 240 like square into a wall. So yeah, you learn the value of good safety equipment very early on.
Well, no, that's one thing. Like, I know, like we talked for going out for the automotion, event.
Yep.
I want to get Hammer into one.
I want to get hammered into a wall.
No, I want to get Hammer, our producer, the guy that sits right here.
Yeah.
I want to get him into a drift car and see what he thinks.
I think everyone should get into a drift car and see what they think.
No, we could certainly arrange that.
Pay the gate fee and bring a helmet.
All right.
Ask anyone there.
Yeah, ask anybody there. Most people are going to be more than willing to take you along for a ride along. God knows I've mooched off quite a few ride alongs. But
Yes.
Yep.
I
As
stopped
many as I
wearing
could my
helmets.
first year, and then I just started to come around to events to help out with it. And I don't know. I still go and hop in people's cars from time to time, especially if it's a car that I have where they have something that I wanted. So I get to see how it handles around the track for that specific setup. So it's just nice to be able to kind of see what everybody else is running, how it rides, so you know how you want to build your car too.
So Hammer, for automotion,
Fuck it.
you gonna go for a ride along?
Why not?
That's what we were talking about. I want to get you in a car and see how you, what you think.
More like how I react and shit, or what? What are you?
Yeah,
talking
I'd love to hear you scream like
Oh,
a girl
we got-
around it, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Ain't gonna
I was
happen.
going to say GoPro that or Facebook Live that,
I was gonna say ain't gonna happen. I mean, I've taken 3 Gs on a fucking test
right?
or a fucking fly along or whatever you want to fucking call it, Dave.
But everything's different when you're in the passenger seat.
Yeah, it is, especially when you're you're in the
When you're-
passenger seat
yeah.
of the cockpit. You
Yeah.
fucking asshole. I'm not a fucking pilot. You fucking mook.
I know you're not, but what I'm saying is
I
like
am angry though.
You can tell.
Well, when there's a huge difference between when I'm driving because I know what I'm capable of, and I'm
I just want to say that I've never seen anyone mustache comb themselves before.
I'm just trying to get
I
this.
just saw
I'm
him.
just trying to get this
Yeah.
fucking thing kept, dude.
Yep.
It's the only reason why I.
Neato.
He's trying to be pretty.
I brushed my shit before I came. So.
Phrasing?
I think, like, there's a lot of people that, like, in the drift world, they won't really, like, drift themselves, but, like, their thing to do is just they like going to events and bringing their helmet along and riding along with people.
Drift
it's all
epoxy.
the excitement with none of the risk, I suppose, or monetary-wise.
Yeah,
but
none of the monetary risk or investment involved, but you still get a lot of the fun of it. But
I'd
after a
say-
certain point in time, you get sick of just riding along, and you really get the itch to go and build your own car.
I'd say it's more like, if you were to compare to anything, it's pretty much like riding a roller coaster. So, some people that are into that shit. Me, I can't do roller coasters, man. I like the wooden ones. The steel ones I gotta close my eyes on.
See, I can't do them because of the heights, but I think like getting slammed side to side, that wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
I just don't like going up high.
You know, it's interesting.
You don't like getting high.
I'm a pilot, so I've flown quite a bit. But I'm also terrified of heights, believe it or not. But you know what? I realized what the difference is. Like, if I'm in something enclosed, like a cockpit of an aircraft, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
If you put me on a ladder, fuck that.
I know, ladder,
fuck that
a
with
roof
a
of a
capital
house.
F. My version of hell is doing drum brakes on top of a shitty ladder.
Damn, yeah.
It's my two least favorite things of all time combined together.
Okay.
Yeah, if I died and went to hell, drum brakes on a shitty ladder.
Never fucking thought about that before.
Well,
now
I don't.
I'm gonna have nightmares.
I don't.
Not the drum brake part. That's what the fuck ever. But working on a ladder like that though.
No, I've had many bad experiences with drum brakes. I was doing some on a forklift one time about 4 years ago when I was deployed, and I was just trying to go and stretch some springs, but our pair of brake tool pliers, those had just snapped in half. So we're trying to stretch all the springs on there, which is vice grips. And these ones didn't go left to right like they normally do. Instead, these went up and down. So I was trying to go in, and this was on a
You're lifting your weight up.
Yes, I'm lifting my weight up, and I'm underneath
all
a
on
steel
that little
wheel well.
fucking spring.
Yep. So I'm like trying to push the weight up, and I had my hand like balled up into a fist, trying to go and lift this spring up.
And it's slipping, you punch yourself right in the fucking
I
nuts.
punched myself right in the face, and then sent my head up into the wheel well. There were two people next to me, and they just heard a nice audible tung, and I just heard, ooh.
Like, fuck, did someone just get hit with a frying pan?
It really sounded like it.
Bong, bong.
That was a half-inch thick wheel well, too. Solid steel. That fucking hurt
Done.
bad.
Fucking, I'm done for the day after that shit.
I was going to say, I can only imagine what the fucking nurse said.
I didn't go to them for that, believe it or not.
Wow.
What are they going to do? Like, kiss it and make it better?
He just shotgun a couple
Yes.
PBRs.
Depends on what she looks like.
Depends on what the nurse looks like.
Yeah, they were questionable.
It's okay, I make it feel better.
Well, what branch,
You want
if
me
I
to
may
make
ask?
banana cry?
What's that?
What branch, if I may ask?
Air Force.
Oh, wow.
Hey, congratulations.
You're not alone.
Excellent.
No, well, fucking, yeah, he's right. It is real hit and miss when it comes to the nurse's pool.
Yeah, like some of them are like, whew. Others are
Wall Martians. Wall Martians, as we like to call it. If they could probably be in their PJs, they would.
Nice.
Yeah. Actually, you guys are going to like this. So, one of them that wasn't so good looking, she ended up, so we had a fueling area over in, it was just like a whole fuel farm. We had jet fuel and everything else, and we also had gasoline, diesel, and then over on one side we also had some hoses for cleaning off your car.
Fuck that shit.
And they sent one of the nurses over there to go and gas up the ambulance. So I'll actually fill it up with diesel, because there's a diesel engine in there. And then she's like, I don't know what happened to this. It just stopped working after I fueled it up. Like, okay. And I'm thinking, this fucking idiot just filled this thing up with gasoline like they always fucking do. And like, all right, well, let's go over there, figure out which pump you took fuel from. And said, do you take it from this one?
That's the
Pointed to
heater.
the gas pump. Like, no, like, oh, so you did fill it up with diesel. Like, no, I took it out of that one.
Water.
And she points over to the fucking garden hoses. She pumped that thing full of 40 fucking gallons of water. And just, the only thing that saved the engine was the little thing in the fuel filter that'll actually shut it down if it detects too much water that could potentially get sucked up into the engine. But we had to pump out almost an entire tank full of just contaminated diesel that was
Nice.
mostly water.
Bet you the guys at POL loved that shit.
Yeah, we had somebody from Civil Engineering Squadron because they didn't have any potable water out there, so they had to go and drop off pallets of water for everybody. And they ended up dropping off a pallet of water in front of there, and they wrote ambulance fuel on it.
Nice.
So I don't know if you know this. He is Air Force.
Really?
Yeah, I was. We'll talk more off the air because I'm not allowed to talk a lot
Well,
about
I thought
it.
you could go at least that far.
I can go. Yeah, I can go job classification and branch.
Like I
but
said, I
that's
wasn't
about
going to
it.
go into any stories.
I've been
like-
contacted.
You'll have to go
again.
back to like other shows to listen to some of the stories he shared.
Oh, he's got some badass stories.
They're real good.
Yeah, like
especially the Pop-Tart.
Yeah, the Pop-Tart, the LBD drinking the full liter of piss.
That was awesome.
I still like the Pop-Tart credit card check.
The Pop-Tart credit card check, yeah. I'm not proud of some of the shenanigans, but
Yeah, I got some stories, many that should probably not be shared on the air.
we'll save it. Well, you got an invite to shots from the balcony, then, sir.
Excellent.
Well, we haven't done a War Stories episode in a long time.
No.
Nor have we done an E4 Mafia show in a long time.
Jerry on there.
Oh, God, if we had fucking Jerry sharing his Marine stories.
Get the ape in too, then.
Fuck the ape.
The ape wasn't in the military.
Yeah, he was.
He was?
He was Marine.
Yeah, he was Marine. For about 2 years, got medical out. Yeah, that fat fuck was a Marine.
He was front line then, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was fodder.
Get behind the ape.
Hashtag follow the fat guy.
Operation Human Shield.
Yes. AKA Operation Get Behind. Never mind. I'm not saying that on my own network. I love that movie, but I'm not quoting it right the way.
So, I know we kind of hit on when Danny was here by himself.
Drink up.
Oh, that's right. I said But I was asking him what Slide Society had coming up.
And Danny didn't know.
Oh.
We have Slide Society Jesus over here who can enlighten us.
I'm Slide Society Jesus?
Yes.
I just run the bitch.
Exactly.
Says you.
Right. We still are just waiting for the tracks to start scheduling their seasons out, because I rely on Circle Tracks to schedule all their events first.
I said So the other question I had was, do you guys go outside of Wisconsin?
No, we're a Wisconsin. We're solely a Wisconsin Drift Association.
Interestingly enough, when you start to go out to other states, Illinois has some tracks that are in certain areas that are somewhat accessible to us, but surprisingly, Minnesota really doesn't have much of anything. Like you have Brainerd.
Period.
That's about
that. Yeah. Period.
And that's about it.
So then you guys ever go down to like Rockford?
No, that track is so fucking haggard and beat.
All right, cool.
Well, we had
hate
a
them.
listener who wanted
No
to know
offense.
if you guys would ever be interested in going to an Iowa track.
I've thought about Iowa tracks. They're pretty nice, actually, down through there.
If we could do a 2-day event, it would certainly be worthwhile.
The just biggest issue with the Iowa tracks are getting the draw of people to attend those
Well, it
events.
is idiots out wandering around. They're looking for something to do all the time. Sorry,
Pretty
Dave.
much.
I know that's your home state, but
it's
we
true.
have
It
had
is-
some
it is my
Iowa
mother's
people
state.
come out to our events, though.
Yeah, we do have some people from Iowa that come to our events. People from like all around the surrounding states.
Now, did you guys ever try doing like a dirt track?
No, that's not drifting. Well, I mean that's not what we do.
Yeah, ours is.
I mean, would you consider
be
it though?
All
Not even in the
asphalt
least bit.
pavement.
Johnny's trying to segue into go-karting again.
Well, no, I'm not.
No, that was just my wondering. I wondered
Yeah,
if
because I know Angel Park Speedway up in Sun Prairie is a quarter mile.
That's literally just a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that has no interest to me. If your track is
Oh,
just
come
a
on! You don't
circle-
want to do donuts?
You said circle track.
Race. Basically, it's racing donuts.
Well, the thing about our circle tracks that we use, like the Dells has an infield area that we kind of set up a course. There's a few little podium stands that you kind of go around. So you get some interesting pictures in there. Then there's the outside banks. Madison has kind of a inner...
they got a
smaller
racetrack
track
inside
that
of
you
a
can-
racetrack. Yeah.
It's a racetrack inside of a racetrack, so you can do some interesting stuff with that. Jefferson has kind of a figure 8 type setup,
And
which
then
is a lot
there's-
of fun. So
I don't see Angel Park Speedway allowing any events.
Right.
except for what they have on their curriculum. There's not going to be any added events at that track. One, because it's a dirt track, so they're very limited to who else would want to go there.
Right.
Two, it's in the city, like it's inside city limits. Like, there's residential all around it. So already their balls are in a vice for any racing that goes on there in the first place. So.
Any interest in the Appleton area?
Not really, no.
Okay.
There's WIR.
That's where I was going.
I have talked to them. Actually, I guess we can say yes. There's very much interest in that track. But they want $3,000 per day. Yes. And then $5,000 for 2 days.
Wow.
So,
Have you guys considered like soaping the track down once
why?
for fun?
You might as well fucking put chlorine on your fucking tires, dumbass.
For fun. I know that.
How is that fun? Okay.
I know that the Tournament of Destruction.
We're
has
into,
that a lot.
we are drifting, not a demo derby.
Right, but I mean, hey, it'd be fun to pull out a couple shit boxes.
Johnny, let me call Kenny the midget up for you for destruction. Okay.
It would be it'd be fun
I
to
won't lie,
take a shit box out there.
Look up for one fucking second. This guy said Kenny the midget.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, God. Listen to 2 weeks ago.
You don't know that we have a midget affiliated with the network?
I explained to Danny about this guy. I was telling him that we were doing a show that all of a sudden out of the background, when one of the guys was asking, what are you looking forward to this year? He would start speaking. All of a sudden you hear in the background, oh, you want to come over and fuck?
No, he's like, hey, I'm down to fuck if you're up to it. We're just like, what? The last show Kenny the Midget was on was approximately 2 weeks ago. And
he was lit.
He was he forgot where his inebriation levels were, and by the end of the show, the microphone was at his left ear, and he was talking into the table.
He was like,
awesome.
And yes, he is. He's probably the luckiest leprechaun we have on the network. He's originally from Arkansas. He's approximately 5 foot even, and has gone through 24 lives now.
I think so. Yeah, and he's still going through them.
Yeah.
Oh, if he's 5 foot even, then he's not even.
He's not a legal midget,
okay,
no.
gotcha.
But there was
He's our shortest.
There was a moment he was 4'8".
Yeah. He's been crushed.
He's had to have reconstructive surgery.
Stretch him out a little bit.
Yeah, stretch him literally. The boy has been stretched out, and yeah.
Which I'm.
No wait, he's 4'10". Sorry.
Really?
Yeah, he is 4'10".
And he is a midget.
He's a legal midget.
But I know he'll be showing up with us, hopefully, whenever we do an event with you guys.
Excellent.
So, he'll be in his big fucking truck, and there's going to probably be some great shit going on with it.
Fucking tigers too. Get his skull.
He's going to come in and learn something.
Learn us some words.
I think you guys were here last time we were talking about the U-Haul rental, right?
Oh, the 1995 U-Haul thing.
Yeah. The guy's drifting around
I've
U-Haul
been tagged in
trucks.
that so many times.
That would be Kenny.
If you want to do that, that's
How
whatever,
obnoxious
that's
is that? To get tagged in something that is so mundane and stupid 5,000 times.
It happens every time.
People do that to me every fucking day. I'm usually the one that posts the mundane and stupid shit. Like, I did post that video, but I'm not going to tell anyone. Hey, you got to fucking watch this. It's like, one, they probably already fucking saw it. So the moment I get tagged in something that I've already seen, I'm just like, no.
Ironically, I've been tagged in my own shit.
Oh, I do that a lot too. Right now, it's the Knuckles memes.
Oh God.
And the Tide.
Yes. The Tide ones I keep getting. Yep, the anal bead tides. Somebody.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
That is my shit right now.
Christopher Titus had a best natural selection.
That's pretty much your news feed.
Yes, I'm also spewing it all over everybody else right now.
Yeah, so Mark is not only the president of Slide Society, he's also our resident meme lord as well.
Meme lord.
I'm not proud of it.
I like that. I like that.
So
we got some of them.
Memes are free though.
So this season we're gonna look at a couple Tide Pod challenge cars, a drifting event. For
Really,
Tide.
Johnny?
Where are you going with this, man?
Yeah, come on. Just
I'm already lost.
Yeah,
and you're already one sentence in.
Please elaborate.
No.
Here's
Caution,
your
no.
Tide Pod
Yellow flag. Yellow flag.
You've been black flagged.
Park it.
Okay, I'm out.
I give you 5 days to reconsider.
Good luck with that one.
Go home and reflect on your actions.
Sit in the corner, bitch. No one puts baby in a corner. Sorry.
Was that no? That wasn't Nick Cage.
No, that was Dirty Dancing.
Oh yeah.
No one puts.
Swayze.
Yeah, the sways.
Yep. Fuck, he's dead.
He's been dead.
His pancreas decided that one.
Yeah, I forgot about that shit, man.
Yeah.
Dude, Roadhouse, dude.
Roadhouse.
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 Yeah, Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Sorry, I'll stop it.
That was a good episode.
Are you sure? Are you done?
It's your show.
I know. I'm just giving you shit.
End scene.
So, all right. So, kind of established that you guys,
Drink up, fuckers.
you guys are waiting to find out, like, for your events, the speedways and stuff like that.
We start scheduling like in the beginning of March, so that's
you-
usually all the
Yeah, the
all the
tracks
tracks
usually don't start scheduling stuff until then, and then because circle track guys are weird, so we're usually second banana to them.
all the tracks have their ducks in the row by then. So
Yeah.
Do you guys ever do any events on like parking lots and stuff like that?
No.
No.
Parking lot events, it's all insurance and money.
And
It's
then
very
skid
expensive
pad
to do
stuff like Great Lakes Dragway is just
What,
expensive as hell.
skid
I mean,
pad?
it's
Yeah.
nice for learning, but
Great Lakes Dragway has a 1 acre skid pad lot, which is
basically just like a parking lot that's meant for
Yeah, Byron's got like that too.
yeah, which is fun. I've done it before, but it's more expensive than our events where we actually have a track that you can gain some decent speed on. So monetary wise,
if I want to drift in a parking lot, I will just go hit up a parking lot and then leave.
Now, how
That's
does
not that we endorse that sort of activity here on this podcast. But.
What are you talking
I
about?
was
This
being
is ba-
facetious.
This is Bad Habits Network. We endorse all kinds of bad habits.
All right, fuck it, do
Just
it.
do it responsibly. You know, with your PPE
Don't
and all that.
get caught.
Exactly.
yeah, just don't get caught. Now,
Everybody listening, fuck up responsibly.
Yeah,
Use a glass.
I'm gonna isolate that one. Fuck up responsibly.
now, when you guys do the racetracks,
When we do
when you when you go to the racetracks and stuff like that, does it matter? Like
do you
the
play Call of
Duty.
no, I don't.
Every time I eat hot food.
You didn't even fucking do a pun, dude. Come on.
You know, honestly, I'll give you that. But yeah, we're trying to be punny right now. Captain
We want
Pop
people
Lock
to
Collar.
commit suicide from this.
Give Johnny the show then.
God. Thanks, Dick.
Happily, but like, God fucking puns. And then they just eat it because of that.
So,
Because of the puns.
when you guys do the racetracks and stuff, does it matter with the higher banking at some of the tracks that they have?
The higher the bank, it'll suck you up.
Yeah, I mean, if you so the banks usually, like at the Dells, starts off a bit more shallower down at the bottom, then it kind of increases towards the top. And you'll notice if you're hitting that bank a certain way that you'll kind of get sucked up towards the bank. So you kind of have to factor in for that.
Well, does it matter too, like, when you do hit the banks, the degree of difference that's at the bottom of the track towards, like, when you're actually going up the track, how bad does that affect the car as you're trying to actually kick it sideways into something like that?
Usually just a matter of trying to power.
Can you repeat the question, man? I'm like...
All right, you know, when you're watching, you get the bottom of the track's a lot flatter,
Right.
and as you're gradually going up, there's more of an incline to the
Yep.
track. Now, when you're kicking the car sideways, half that car is going to be like way up a track compared to the bottom half, and it's going to... There's
Johnny,
a difference.
You're a horrible studio monkey, Johnny.
Yeah, you're kind of throwing me off my question here. How much does that affect the
Would be
car
the first
as you're
time.
trying to drift it with the banking system like that?
Well, I mean, basically, just as the angle increases, when you're gripping, it wants to suck you down, and that's how that works. But because you have no traction going on, because the
Freezing.
traction isn't there, because you know your tires are spinning,
Yeah.
it's just gonna, instead of suck you down, it's gonna pull you up because the G-forces are throwing you more.
So you've got to pay more attention to where you're actually going with the car.
I mean, I guess anytime you go into a drift, you're just gonna do that, and you just make your adjustments. It's
Okay.
I think what Dave's trying to get in.
you feel it out. And then some people can't feel it out, and they crash, I guess. But
I think
generally in the top part of the banks, when you get closer to the wall, it's more dusty up there.
Okay.
So a lot of the times that was what will do you in.
You get dust, debris, bits of people's taillights from previous runs.
A lot more of a chance of blowing a tire, basically.
Not really.
Not so much.
Not from that, no.
Yeah.
No one really runs over anything. Like, we do a track sweep before.
Yeah.
any of that. But just throughout the day, a lot of the tire dust and everything that's where it settles.
Yeah, towards the top of the track.
So
Yep.
it gets a little loose.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we have to go back and pick up all the big chunks of stuff. But yeah, it'll tend to accumulate around there.
Yeah, we used to at Columbus let everyone go till they blow, and then at the end of the day we do a pickup. But
You guys have like a street sweeper or anything, or you just go through it and
the
hand?
tracks have their street sweeper and all that. But when you go to till you blow, it's just a huge fucking hassle to get. Like most people are already leaving and they're lazy as fuck. They don't want to go out and help clean up the track. So we just kind of have people.
Or as the
once you
pilot
start
call
feeling
it,
them chunk
they're
and
lazy
stuff
for
like
the
that,
FOD walk.
or you get like a little like flap from like the tire laminating and starting to whip around. We just say stop drifting, pull in.
Yeah, you'll certainly hear it. It's not a matter of, well, I hear my tire blow. You'll certainly hear that and the bits of shit that are flapping against your wheel well.
Yeah, that shit's annoying. So.
Sounds like it sounds like there should be a rule in place where if you blow chunks, you're picking them up too.
How do you enforce that?
I don't know.
I mean, you don't really. You can hear your tires starting to chunk a little bit. Like you can see sometimes missing pieces, but usually when they go, they start to go kind of all in one piece.
Yeah. But when you're like driving too, it's like really hard to tell like how your tires sound. I guess. I mean, you're gonna start feeling it like when a tire's about ready to go. It's gonna feel really fucking greasy in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So
and that's why we keep stuff like my truck or just any other cars around there. So that if we do see something big fly out on the track, like somebody delaminates half their tire, and they left a whole bunch of tread behind or just pieces of stuff, we'll go out there, run out, grab it, and
still
then send the next
smoking
person
and
out.
extremely hot and bubbling and.
What the fuck does
Bring gloves.
delaminating mean? Really? Sorry.
Listener would like you to explain delaminating.
I'll explain delamination. When a tire delaminates, basically, it's when all the tread just gets ripped off of the
wear and
tire
tear
itself, and it'll pull the whole tread off like in a long. It'll pull the whole tread off in like a long strip, and what's left is just you see the cords.
Yeah, so for like anybody that's seen a truck tire blow, you usually see like the whole entire strip of tread come off. That's basically the same thing that happens in delamination.
A lot of people don't know tires are almost like a two-part system where you got the cords and then you got tread on top of that, much like a truck tire. Like
there's like when the glue that binds the tread to the cords.
There's a video.
Comes completely off.
I think How It's Made or something did a video on that where they show
retreading
retreading tires.
Same shit. So, like the tires get extremely hot. Like I think we had a temp gun out there, 300 something degrees or more.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Yeah, they get toasty.
Now, have you ever seen anybody like rig up a tire flame kit or something where if you like get the tires like soaked in oil or in an igniter or something, just whoosh.
We don't do that shit.
That would be verboten.
We drift.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've seen it done like on TV and
for
shit.
people doing burnouts and shit like that. We don't focus on the like little.
I don't think they do the burnout.
They're called Slide Society, not Burnout Society.
Hey, I think it'd be freaking cool if somebody can nail it right, get a drift going, and just all of a sudden tires are freaking on fire.
Okay, I'll give you credit. That would look fucking phenomenal. However, it would be dangerous as fuck, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Not to mention
that's
the
how
mess
we
you've
get
gotta
banned
clean
from
up.
tracks.
Right.
If we allow shenanigans like that to happen.
They're not WCEC. They want to keep going.
True that.
Goddamn.
These guys actually support local businesses, so I can. Yeah.
Sorry, I know you guys don't like the bashing on them, so I figured a light hit was fine.
I don't give a fuck what you guys say. I just have no comment for anything.
No, that's fine.
So fucking.
That was a light hit.
Man, I don't give a shit.
But yeah, I mean, they want to preserve everything, which is a great thing.
Yeah.
Who's that? Slide Society?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Well, sounds like they'd like to be invited back to the tracks they visit.
Well,
so,
in essence,
yeah.
I mean, the other groups around here would also probably. You've got most of them that want to preserve everything. You've just got a few bad eggs in each group.
We have a good repertoire with every track we go to.
Yeah,
so.
that's key because we've seen a lot of other people's events get shut down for them not respecting the track. We've had people that have left the track in a bad manner. So just kind of a note for everybody that comes out to some event. I know that you might be like all hyped up and hot and bothered and want to do burnouts when you're leaving the track. Don't, because that's how tracks get shut down.
Pay the fucking pit fee.
Yeah.
It is the cheapest event you will ever fucking go to.
Yeah, so if you want to come to one of our events and you want to drift, don't do it on the streets. We host our events for a reason. It's off the street. You can go and run until your tires blow, have a whole bunch of fun, meet some new people. But don't
Enjoy
go
your-
and bother the neighbors around the track.
As far as
Enjoy your
respect
bad
and
habit
everything goes
responsibly.
for like reputation with the track and whatnot, I think a lot of it is because we are adults. We're not fucking children.
Act responsibly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's what it needs more of, because that's how a lot of places get like a bad rep. It's just
That's
that
how
one or
like
two.
anything like gets ruined, man.
Mhm.
Like I don't know,
That's
did you
Irwindale.
guys used to like cruise East Wash and whatnot, or like Highway 100? I'm assuming had the same thing going on with that shit. It's like
Yeah, we got
East
Milton
Wash,
Avenue
it
for that.
seems like the kids get dumber and fucking dumber and more cocky every goddamn year, more disrespectful.
You know, I've heard
So,
cops around.
and-
Even like we got Milton Avenue here in town, but like I've cruised it when I was in my younger teens, and it was fine. And I mean, I've even heard cops say like they don't mind you cruising, just don't do dumb shit.
Yeah, it's like that shit used to be
Yeah.
popping, and now
Mhm.
everything's
Yeah,
pretty
like
much dead.
even people that were like older that had some really nice stuff. Like I've seen exotics
yeah.
out on Highway 100 back in the day, but now you just don't see that because they don't want to be associated with a whole bunch of people just solely doing dumb stuff.
I don't think
That's
they're
just-
people; they're just fucking
And
children.
that's the same
I
with
think
Milton
their
Avenue.
fucking
We-
shopping carts are
And
fat.
that
we
rate-
used to
Immature
have
troglodytes.
we used to have a lot of like the classic cars and stuff like that, and it was mainly a car community that was doing it. Now, if you go up there on Fridays and Saturday nights, you've got a bunch of these kids with their redneck pickups that mommy and daddy bought. They have no respect for anything around here, and no respect for any cool cars. And there's no cool cars left up there.
But
It's
now,
just
but
trucks.
Janesville,
I'll
Janesville
give
has-
the Green Machine credit.
Janesville has done
He still
something
rocks
different.
around here. The Green Machine, that fucking RV from 1950.
Oh yeah.
There has something cool now going in the works. They're actually bringing back the old circuit,
well,
the
yeah,
old
here
strip
in Janesville.
downtown, and they're actually getting like
Is
the
that
old
why they
cars
made
back
it
together.
two-way traffic and closed all the businesses? Oops.
Oops. But that, or all this stupid shit is actually what turns me off about automotion. It's like it's a phenomenal event. I did it once with these guys, and it was phenomenal. It was a good time and shit.
Tell us
but
how phenomenal it was.
it was phenomenal. It was huge, but it
was huge.
it was a good time and all. But all the fucking stupid people, like I've heard countless accidents of people just. It's not what I went
If
up
you
there
plan
for.
on going to Automotion this year, if they still hold that event this season,
Yeah, because they are.
Oh,
talking
they
about
will.
shutting
I
it down.
will advise you not to ride a motorcycle there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
They will. They'll hold it. I mean, it's a huge moneymaker for.
You're
a lot of
referring to
those
the guy who
hotels.
got catapulted.
Anybody like
There's
I
been
had some
multiple
friends that
instances
got
of people getting
rear-ended and shit
launched.
like that. It's it's fucked up. No
Yep.
one pays attention. It's a lot of stop and start traffic and sitting. People getting antsy, pissed off, or drunk
It feels
driving.
it feels like LA traffic.
It's-
Yeah,
Nah,
I enjoyed
Don't
it
be
because
like the one guy that ran his Camry into the pond in front of the Kalahari.
see, I enjoyed it because or not really enjoyed it, but the best part I had was cruising around
The
because
best part you had was all the eye candy.
Well, that too. But
You're like, oh,
they brought in so many
15-year-olds
under.
that look like they're 18.
that was Dave.
Wow.
Dave, we're trying to do a show.
You know the best thing
Yeah,
about
yeah.
freshmen?
But no,
If
they
you
brought.
Jesus Christ.
If you guys go back in our back catalog and listen to that Automotion show, it kind of upsets me a little bit because right before we started recording, a tire blew in the background. I was like, damn.
But no, they had like cruising the
Still a good
streets.
show.
They had so many unmarked
Underage.
unmarked cop cars
So
running
many
around there,
underagers.
and you could see people screwing around. But the moment I got behind them, everybody chilled
Well,
because
yeah.
my car's Grand Marquis, and it's got the tinted windows. And there's actually like Rock County still rocks a Grand Marquis, the same color as my
So
car and
does
everything.
so does the Wisconsin Dells area occasionally.
So it was cool because you'd see people hide their beer and like tucking everything down and just sitting still in the back of their truck, and I'm just sitting there like, yep.
The fuck are you, the fun police?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, that's Johnny.
I was just enjoying it. Then they'd pull up and actually see who's in there. It's got me, my girlfriend, and our kids, and they're like, oh.
Fuck you.
Like I seen cars like his that actually have to put. They actually put like not a cop on the back of the
No,
car.
I'm not going to do that.
He's the guy that just like lingers at the turnout for a gas station or something to watch everybody slow down.
Yep.
No,
Or sit in a median just
No,
taking
Dave's-
a
I have the most fun on interstates at night, just flying up on people. You'll see them like going really fast. All of a sudden, turn signal comes on. They go over and just slow way down. It's like, haha.
That's a blessing and a curse, though.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's nice that you're in the hammer lane and they do move out of your fucking way so we can go get to where we're going faster.
Well, yeah, you
but
you
But
notice
they
that at
also
Pennsylvania.
slow down
Pennsylvania.
just because they see you and they won't do anything. They just freeze.
Yeah.
So,
And then they fucking tailgate you the whole fucking way when they figure out you're not a cop.
When you own a fucking Panther chassis, you just go nowhere fast.
Unless it's got an interceptor.
I got all this power, but can't use it.
Unless you got an interceptor.
Right.
Sorry, I'm a big fan of the interceptors.
Well, it's just like I have a friend of mine who has a real nice built-up pace car Grand Prix, and he has cammed everything, dude. Just a lot of money stuck into it. Does he race it? No. Does he beat on it? No.
Because he knows he won't be able to buy more.
Did we get into what my good friend? What'd you say your name was again?
Trent.
Did we get into what Trent was saying that he drove personally for drifting and shit?
Yes.
Yeah, we did a
talking
full.
about his
Okay.
Yeah, I got
stable.
this.
I've had to escort myself away because of fucking tiny humans.
But yeah, we
Fuck trophies.
Crotch fruit.
Ooh, I like that one.
Living
Did you
crotch.
just fart?
Oh,
Oh.
the chair.
Oh, Danny talked. Wow.
Holy
you guys
shit.
show up, he
I'm
shuts
tired.
up, man.
Why are you tired, Danny? I didn't see you at the go-karts yesterday.
I was ice fishing.
What he means by that is drinking heavily.
No.
he was ice
Drinking
fishing with a
That was
girl.
after ice fishing.
He was ice fishing
Bullshit.
with a girl
Do you
too.
want me to go and show the video of you pulling a beer out of the ice fishing hole?
Oh.
Like I said, he was with a girl too.
Oh,
even.
facepalm.
Oh shit!
What
You
did
guys
you do
get to do the
yesterday, Danny?
horizontal
I was fishing with third pack.
You can't catch a smallmouth bass
Let me
with a
find this video.
largemouth beer.
Pedals like a drink themselves.
His bait
Gotta
is
stay warm somehow.
his bait is a 30 case.
Pretty much.
Best fish is drunk fish.
Dave, I think you and Danny got a chloroform competition going on.
Commentation.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck off. As many times as Johnny's fucked up English, I can too.
English is not good with us.
No, the dumb is strong with this one. Today. Oh,
She gone. Watch that video.
She gone.
she gone. Hashtag it. No, there we go. The she gone thing. Have you guys had to on your social media stuff? Have you guys had to actually fucking kick people out of it? Like
Yes, as a matter of fact, recently we had a pretty fun little event. Mark can go and comment a bit more on it, probably.
Are you talking about like the
When
Nigerian?
we had the
that had the picture
Nigerian
of, like,
spammer
some-
that was trying to go and add us on Facebook and like sent a selfie of some woman thanking us for the ad.
We get a lot of.
oh yeah, I remember seeing that one.
We get a lot of the scammers to like friend request or try to join Slide Society and whatnot. And
for it.
we're pretty diligent about that, but one of our people somehow managed to add this person.
Okay,
Some,
Danny, you got to
there was a lot of
for
fun.
entertainment value.
There was a lot of fun at
Would've
the
been better
expense
if it
of
was
that person,
an
so
ice.
it was okay.
I don't know if you want to reset it for Johnny so you can see it.
Okay, you guys were sorry about the overtalk. You guys were talking about how you fucking. I was actually a part of this, if I remember right.
Okay, yeah, I think so.
I sat there and said something like, "Yeah, show Bob's and Vegan.
Yeah. Yeah. Please show Bob. Show me your Bob.
Show me your Bob's."
Yep. Yeah. So
No, I did get a huge chuckle about how you guys fuck with scammers and shit like that. That was.
Oh, I've been
it's
watching a lot of
especially
videos
because it's
lately.
winter time. We don't really have a whole lot going on, so any little amount of excitement. Is,
Yeah, I've seen we've
well
seen
worth
some
it.
fireworks on Wintertime Slide Society. People get a bit shack wacky and
Yeah. There's,
Such as.
they're all just general trolling and bullshit.
yeah.
Was that one with a couple weeks ago with that?
Yeah,
chick?
the Bob's and
Yeah.
Vagine, yes.
Yeah, there was that one.
They-
There's been other instances.
If Danny
in
wasn't
past
fucking
years.
sidetracking you, you would have been able to hear it.
A lot of us are probably
Damn
I don't
tiny
know.
humans.
We share the same mindset, which is kind of what makes Slide Society special.
If you guys want, check out a guy named James Veach.
But this is Slide Society
Right.
show today.
He did. He does.
Check out Slide Society at
Yeah.
Slide Society.
Yeah, check those guys out. But James Veach spent 3 years of his life replying to all these scam emails, and it hilarious guy. But yeah,
Tell us, how funny
I'll
was
have
it?
to check that out.
it was good.
All
Good
right.
time, but yeah, I'll let them check it out.
What? It's my life's goal to be a dick to you now.
That's okay.
Okay.
I kept pushing for it. I kept telling him he needs to start being more of a dick.
I know.
He's gotten light
But
lately.
but you know, I got a trump
Lately,
card.
he says.
I have a trump card.
What?
I'll make him a Gare Bear stare shirt.
Fuck off. Fuck you with that. You want to go into the fucking Jane Fonda tomb? Okay, good. Fucking hate that.
Yeah, he's not a fan. You guys ever want to really get him going, just say, hey, how about Jane Fonda? And birds. He loves birds. So if you ever want to get him something nice, get him a little bird.
Shaped in the aspect of Jane Fonda. Got it. On Golden Pond.
No, just in general.
Fuck Jane Fonda.
I can understand that sentiment.
It's exactly for that reason.
Yep, exactly. Birds I don't understand though.
I have a huge hatred towards birds.
Doesn't matter.
Tiny
Any
fucking
bird.
raptors, man. Jesus.
Oh, he had one.
Oh fuck! Here we go.
A couple of years ago, what was the bird that landed on your truck?
Oh, the fucking Huron crane. Yeah.
Landed right on his truck. He's like, nope, not getting out.
Nope. Fucking nope. Birds are no.
BB gun side holster. Boom.
I like too is during the summertime we'll be sitting outside, and he'll have turkey vultures flying overhead constantly.
Yeah, smoking a cigar out there, and all of a sudden they fly overhead. I'm fucking putting that cigar out and going into the garage.
What the fuck is this supposed to mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It means something. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
What's died and where's the trash? It ain't here.
Yeah.
Fuck off, birds. No, and you can even ask Kenny the midget. He got to see it firsthand.
Your bird? Oh yeah, that's right.
The bird fear, not
How
fetish.
wasn't he
Fuck
fucking
off.
ducking and
Say again?
How wasn't he fucking trying to get the fuck out of there? Probably just pick his ass up and take him to his nest and eat the shit out of him.
No,
Like,
Kenny was
vulnerable.
Kenny was helping me work on my father's RV, and we forgot after working with it the last time to put the hub back onto the engine area. So what happened was a couple birds, sparrows, tiniest fucking things in the world.
Yeah, but when you first described it, you'd swear it was like some big-ass hawk, eagle, vulture thing.
Oh, okay, yes.
That was
I
inside
did
there.
react to it
Kenny's
like it was a pterodactyl.
And Kenny's like, dude, those are sparrows, man.
I don't care. Fuck them. No,
these big fucking birds.
We opened the
He's like,
door.
"That's dinner."
Yeah, we opened the door and fucking two sparrows are flying around in there. I'm like, fuck no. I'm gone. I am so gone. I'm like a fat kid in dodgeball gone.
Kenny's jumping around trying to catch him.
Yeah, Kenny was like, "Hey, supper, motherfuckers! Hammer, get my butterfly net."
This reminds me of an old story. I'm
more impressed that Danny's talking.
I know.
A 1990 Celica, and I had a hole in the floor right underneath the pedals. And one morning I woke up for work, and I look in my car, and there's bird shit all inside my car.
Nope. That car gets sold.
And there's a little baby sparrow flying around. It came up through the hole. Shit everywhere.
That car got sold
Fuck
tomorrow.
this car.
I had that happen to me with my car. I was sitting there getting gas, and all of a sudden I have the windows down because it's nice out. Mm-hmm. This barn swallow or whatever the hell it is lands on my mirror and then hops on my door. I just casually roll up the passenger window. It's like, you're not coming in here.
Nope.
And it actually hopped back to the front of my car and sat there on the hood. I put it in gear, started driving away. It wouldn't move. Finally, once I got it up to about 20 miles an hour, it flew away. But
I've had a little bit of bad luck with birds myself, just from being a pilot. Like, so they're kind of like the dead raccoons that you find on the road.
Have you had
except that they go through your fucking window and can potentially kill you.
Have you had a Captain Sully moment?
I have not.
One goes through your engine?
There was one time where I almost ended up smoking
you got to pull the
goose.
mic a little closer to your face.
There we go.
All right.
One time I almost ended up smoking a goose on my...
Good on you.
My third solo flight. And this thing got so close to me that I just saw it kind of like bend off of the rest of the wind that was coming off the aircraft. I came within like a foot of hitting the thing. And it was by my windshield, so that thing would have gone through at about 100 miles an hour in my little Piper. So that would have... I kind of set a tone for the rest of the flight, but the rest of the flight was fine.
So do you ever
I'm
have
more
any
impressed
close
that he
calls?
said Piper. I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect the hell out of that.
So you ever had any close calls with your planes?
Yeah, I've had a few interesting things happen. So there was that where I almost had a bird go through my windshield. I had an engine overheat on me once. Normally, it's supposed to be kind of on your typical piston engine operating range, except they're air-cooled.
Mm-hmm.
And this time we had to go and burn off some carbon deposits because it was following. You have two sets of magnetos in there. You have your left-right magneto. So
which are essentially magnets, folks.
Yes,
Google
essentially
that
magnets
shit.
that operate your spark plug. So you can actually kill all the power to your aircraft.
It's not an X-Men character.
In your engine. It is. It's
but,
not, well, it is, but it's not.
He was a bad guy.
Yes, he was a bad guy.
Was he?
In your aircraft, he's a gun.
Was he?
Magneto's the thing that helps you fly. So you can actually kill... Magneto,
He
so
did
with
fly,
your Magneto
too.
system, you can actually kill all the power to your aircraft, and your engine will still keep on flying. And that's why you have two of them. So if you have one set fail, your other one takes over. So we had one set fail, cleaned off a whole bunch of carbon by leaning it out and giving it throttle. And then after that, we took off. Then on our climb out, it started overheating, climbing above 200 degrees and started to go into the red a bit.
Not fun.
And no, it was a little bit butt clenching at
I was
first.
going to say pucker factor 11.
Yeah,
Okay.
pucker factor
Well, yeah,
11.
You can't exactly just pull over when
And
it gets
then
hot.
Probably one of the most, I guess, terrifying moments as a relatively new pilot. I had just done my second solo flight. I was taking off with my instructor. We did some flying
Well, that's your
around.
boy instigating mine.
And then,
Okay.
then we were going back into the airport, and it was a really hot June day. And if it's hot and clear weather, you're going to get a lot of turbulence, especially coming down.
Right.
So we were coming down in for a landing, and he gets hit so hard by turbulence that his head actually goes up into the ceiling and hits a little piece of metal that's on the door latch, on the upper part of the latch. He gets knocked out, and here I am. I have 20 hours under my belt. That was my Captain Sully moment. I had to go and land the
"Oh,
aircraft
shit."
with my instructor coming to after having a fucking concussion.
So he woke up and you were on the ground?
Oh, he got his bell rung pretty good, and then just kind of slouched over, grabbing his head. It's like, you think you can land it on your own? It's like, yeah.
Do I have a choice?
You've done it on your own.
Mark?
Yeah. Is that a question mark at the end of that?
Hey, there's nothing
yeah,
like
we ended up bringing it back down, and it was a pretty uneventful landing, but it was.
there's nothing like the oh shit, I'm by myself to do this kind of moment.
You just let
You're
her
gonna
down
learn
like you did
today.
last night.
Yeah, if you ever want to become a pilot, you're gonna go through some scary shit that could potentially be life-threatening, but that's half the fun.
Like I said, that's like a you gonna learn today moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things you just kind of have to learn how to operate under pressure and under bad situations, because you're flying something that is basically held aloft in the air, and inevitably, something on your car will break, just like something in a mechanical aircraft will break too.
Well, dude, flying is a goddamn war against gravity.
It is. And
basically,
actually,
when you're up there, you're just pissing in God's face.
Pretty much. This past August, I got to have a pretty unique and interesting experience. I actually got to fly a glider for the first time, too.
How was that?
That was pretty interesting. I was over in Poland. I do IT for a living. I work for Quad Graphics. And I was over in Poland doing some training with some of our guys, and one of them is a pilot also. And he said, hey, do you want to go out? I don't know if you've ever flown a glider before. I haven't. That sounds awesome. Take me out to this. So it was airplanes and food trucks that they had there.
Shut up and take my fucking tickets, yeah.
After that went flying. And I thought that it was a tow launch like most everything is over here in the U.S., but over there, their cheap method of flying is by using gliders and what's called a winch launch. and that is pretty interesting because it's basically
you might as well hook it up to a slingshot.
It's 2,000 feet of cable connected up to a V8 engine that just yanks you into the sky, and you pull the throttle or you pull the stick all the way back into your chest. And I've never taken off at quite a steep angle like that before. You're going as far up as you can, as fast as you can. So you're going about, I think we got separated somewhere around 2,000 feet. We're only flying for 15 minutes that day because it was a bit cloudy. We didn't really have any thermal activity, but
Stay tuned for Pucker Factor 11 featuring Trent.
pretty much. That was actually a quite nice and uneventful flight, that one. I had the instructor with me, but is interesting because he spoke enough English to ask where's the bathroom? How are you today?
Donde están los baños?
So he said in broken English, do you want to take the controls? Fuck yeah, I want to fly the aircraft. So I flew it around for 5 minutes, and then it's no, you're done. Okay,
too many tricks or level of skill and ability?
So gliders, you have to fly completely different from regular aircraft. Whereas with regular aircraft, you can get away with slightly uncoordinated flight, which is a whole entire different conversation for another time. But basically, that's trying to give you the most aerodynamic flow across the air is the basic, simplest way of talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to be very coordinated in a glider, and you don't have an engine, so you have to try to catch thermals, mountain waves, or anything else like that to try to keep you aloft. Because you can stay aloft for hours at a time in a glider. It's just a matter of having that thermal activity, knowing how to find it. I can go and find myself, except that I don't know exactly how to go and scout out the thermals that you need, or mountain waves, or anything else like that.
Okay. Well, Dave, I know we got to get it back on the ground and on four wheels again. So,
yeah, we got to kind of start
Flight
wrapping
cast is
everything
over.
up.
The flight cast.
I was going to talk about birds for a second.
We can handle that on shots from the balcony when you come in.
I was just going to say, have you ever had a bird explode on your chest?
Yes.
That's really fun.
No.
When you're riding on your motorcycle.
That's why I have a windshield on my motorcycle now.
I was going to say, didn't you have one of your friends dress up as a bird and you nearly beat him to death?
Yep. Knocked him out.
All right, well, I just want to thank you guys again for showing up.
Where can we find Slide Society again, Dave? I'm sorry.
We can find them on Facebook.
The internet?
And I know
soon to be on the internet, I'm setting up a website in the next month or so. It's going to be slidesociety.net. Yes, .net still exists.
Hey,
That's
Bad
what we
Habits, BadHabitsNetwork.net. We still,
Fuck yeah.
we're affirming that shit. I wanted .ninja, but I got vetoed.
Boo.
But yeah, like I said, it's always great to have you guys in. Look forward to the next time. Probably get some more airplane talk in.
Definitely.
Attention for detail.
Yep.
Where's that?
Attentionfordetail.com or
ADD.com.
Pretty much.
ohshittasquirrel.com.
You can also find us on Instagram.
Oh, where at on
Hey, guys.
Instagram?
I think it's just Slide Society Drifting.
Okay.
But yeah, if you guys want to see the work I do, I'm on Facebook at Attention for Detail LLC. I do a lot of coding work. Well, I'm trying to do a lot of coding work. Because
Coating.
Hey.
Coating. I thought you were
Hey,
saying coding.
we're finishing the show, man.
Yeah.
We're already winning all this.
But-
Just tell them where you're located.
Yep.
Shameless 15-minute plug.
Yeah, shameless.
Shameless my ass.
227 we're located downtown Whitewater, 227 East Main Street.
So, guys, if you like what you hear, tune in.
Yeah, hit the heart.
Yeah.
Hit the heart and share the shit out of this shit.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we're out, so fuck y'all.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Somebody touch my spaghetti.